Hey everyone, this is Julius and Paula.
And welcome to Galui's Mood Food.
Let's tempt your taste buds. Hey Galui's Mood Foodies. Today we're going to be making you a spiced chicken with Spanish rice, stuffed poblanos, and it's going to have a jalapeno crema fresco sauce. And we're going to put some refried beans with it. And the first thing we're going to start out with is our poblanos. You got a nice poblano here. The best thing I can tell you is try to find where it doesn't fall over. And we're going to cut it right down the middle. We're going to take out all the middle here and the stem, get rid of the seeds. We're going to put them, we're doing 3 of them today, which will give you 6 stuffed poblanos. Okay, we got them in our bowl here. Get yourself some nice extra virgin olive oil. You want to hit them with that. We hit them all over. Some people just hit the backs of them. What we're going to do is we're going to stick them in the oven on a broil, and we're going to get a nice little char to them, almost par cook them. We'll get all of that. Again, you got to make this food happy. We're going to get all of that olive oil on here. I think we got them pretty well covered. Okay, get that off our hands here for a second. Next, we're going to take a nice sheet pan. We're going to get our spray. We're going to spray this down so we don't have any stickage. And what you want to do is you want to put your poblanos on here with the meat side down, skin side up. Set your oven to broil. Let's get all these on here. Now we're going to put these in the oven, and you have to keep an eye on these because you don't want them to burn. You just want to get a nice little char on them, like if they were on the grill, and you want them to get sweated and par cooked. So we're going to stick these in the oven, top rack, as soon as we get our other pan out of here. And while those are going, we're going to start our chicken. What you want to do is you want to get a chicken breast with the bone in and the skin. And you want to cut the skin off halfway, but you don't want to take it off completely. You just want to lay that back. Do a couple nice little skewers in here. Okay. Always wash your hands, very important. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some herbs and spices in here. Now we're going to start off with a little taco seasoning mix. It comes right out of package. No harm in that. It's got a lot of good ingredients in it. You just want to kind of sprinkle that all over your chicken here. Next you want to use some cumin. Very little cumin. This is very spicy stuff, so you just hit it with a few little whacks of this. I think that's going to be good. And we have some Spanish oregano. You don't have to get Spanish oregano. We grow it. It's very good. It's good in chilies and it's good in this. We're just going to add a little bit. Just a little bit on it. Going to put a little black pepper. Little sea salt, not too much now because that taco mix has a good bit of sodium in it. You want to put that skin as much as possible right back over that chicken. And we're going to get our pan. Again, we're going to spray the bottom. We're going to put our chicken in here. Going to spray the top just a little bit. If you give me a second, I got to get a little bit of beer to put right in here. Just so happens that we do have a beer. Imagine that. It's unbelievable. Put a little beer at the bottom because we're going to stick this in the oven with the Poblanos, and it's going to cook along. And of course our, the camera girl has to have some beer. And just put this on the bottom rack. Keep your door just ajar, just a smidgen with a nice wet rag. Let me get that there. Just ajar, just enough so let some of that vapor out. You don't want to get it too moist in there. You want to kind of char it up. Then we're going to clean up this mess right here, and while these are charring and getting ready and our chicken's cooking, you stick around. We're going to have a beer. We're going to make our Crano beer cocktail, cooler actually. Everybody seems to like it. It's watched our show, and so we're going to have that while we're doing our thing here. You stick around, we'll be right back. Okay, these have been cooking for about I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes now. Just keep an eye on them. This is what they're going to look like. Take them out of the oven here real quick. You can see what they look like here. And what we're going to do is now we're going to turn them over. Oh, they smell good. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. I don't care who you are. I'm going to turn these all over now. Put them back in the oven. And again, keep an eye on them because we just want to get about the same texture. They won't get as dark because this is all where all the juice is, but you just want to cook them a little bit more. And we'll be right back after these start cooking. Okay, now we've had them cooking on the other side, the meaty side. Take your towel out. I want to take them out of the oven right now. And see what they look like. We're just going to set these aside for a second. We're going to take our chicken here, put it up on the top shelf, turn it off broil, turn it down to about 350. Keep an eye on it. If it needs more beer, add more beer. We want to get the top crispy after it cooks a bit. It's probably going to take maybe a half hour or so because of the bones in it and everything, but that's what's going to give it the flavor. The beer, keep enough beer in it to keep it moist. We're going to char the top, make it nice and crispy. We'll be right back, and we're going to show you how to make the Spanish rice and all the other good stuff that's going to go into that, and our refried beans. Y'all stick around. I got our famous Crano beer right here. I'm going to have a few sips while we switch scenes here. Y'all stick around. Take care.
Hey, it's Paula. We're back, and we're doing the Spanish rice portion to the stuffed Poblanos, okay? Now, you want to preheat your skillet for several minutes, and yes, you can use, and don't be ashamed of, because we doctor it up, but you can use a boxed Spanish rice mix, and we're going to show you how to doctor it up even better than it would be normally, way better. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of sort of follow the box recipe just for a moment or two, a moment, a second or two, or whatever you'd like to call it. But the pan's been preheating right now, so it calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, we're going to get guilty and we're going to put that in. Alright, after that, here's where you get the good stuff. So you get that in there, your 2 tablespoons of butter. Get this going, get it melted. Your pan has already been preheated. Now you're going to turn it up to about a medium-high heat. Alright, we're going to take the rice mix and we're going to put it in there. And we're going to brown it to directions, and then here's where we kind of get funky after we get brown. And so we gotta let it get brown for just a minute here. And in the meantime, the chicken is in here, and it smells absolutely wonderful. Keep an eye on it, but at the same time, not too much of an eye. Just kind of concentrate on what you're doing with the rice. But, that smells beautiful. Wait till you see it when it's done. So, I'm going to crank the heat up to high just for a minute here to kind of get it cruising along a little bit better. But you want to brown that and get it started, and the rice and the vermicelli. And I'm moving it around a lot. There we go. And at the same time, while you're kind of letting that do its thing, the good old can of beer. Here's to you. Here's to you, my love, for making the can of beer. It's a beautiful thing. Don't cut us off too soon. You won't want to. Because it's fun. This is all fun. It's all good stuff. You know, you gotta have fun while you're cooking. But at the end of this, we're gonna show you a drink that is an adult after dinner dessert drink. And believe me, it's an adult after dinner dessert drink. So this is brown in here, and you will want to stay tuned for that. After we get the rice going, then we're going to go on ahead and get the beans going, and the chicken should be doing pretty good by then because it's smelling really good right now. It needs time to do its thing. It needs time to hang out in the oven. I've got this on a high temp right now, but I'm stirring it to get everything incorporated and keep things so they don't get burnt when you get brown. I'm going to have a little bit of this, and I'll be right back. Hey, okay. Once you get the mixture in, you know, you keep an eye on it, you keep stirring it up, and you get this beautiful golden brown right here. Gorgeous color on your rice and your vermicelli. For your Spanish rice. Oops, piece jumped out. We'll put that back in there. Now here's where we take it on our own to do our own thing, where most people just kind of follow the directions of what it's supposed to be. This is where the mood perk comes in. Yes, good old-fashioned our nectar beer. Okay? So now we're gonna leave the heat about where it was, but we've got 1 cup to start, okay? And we're gonna pour that in, and it's gonna sizzle and make that gorgeous sound. So a little bit at a time. So there goes your 1 cup of beer into the rice. It calls for 2 cups of water. We don't put no water in. We use beer. So there's your beer. Now instead of the diced tomatoes like it calls for, and it's like a 14.5, 15-ounce can of tomatoes that it calls for, we get fire roasted garlic. Okay, so that's going to put another layer of flavor in here for you. So we're going to pour that in. So right now you got 1 cup of beer and 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes with garlic. Alright, we're veering off the path of what the traditional kind of calls for and what a mix calls for. Take a mix and you make it your own. You add whatever you like. You add whatever you love in it. And if you love it, you're going to love the dish. So you get all the good stuff out of there. Alright, we're still on about a medium to medium-high heat. And then you get yourself a little jar of green chilies and the green chili peppers. You don't use the whole thing. And it's like maybe 4-ounce container of it. Put yourself a good heaping tablespoon in of that. Some salsa. Okay. A little can of beer in the meantime. But stir this in, get it going. This is why you don't want your 2 cups of liquid as far as water is concerned. You want to enhance those flavors, the whole dish with other flavors instead of water. A little can of beer. And you want to put some onion powder in it and garlic powder. And you do that according to your taste. So we do a couple really good shakes. That was the garlic. Here's the onion. Alright, and then the packet of seasoning that goes with the whole thing here. Alright, let's get that garlic and onion powder. If you could smell this, it's divine right now. So we got our 1 cup of beer. We've got a heaping tablespoon of the green chilies. We got some garlic and onion powder in it right now. The butter that we started in, we browned it. There's your seasoning packet that goes in with it. Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. You can keep it as a side dish, but we're going to be doing the Poblano peppers with it. Actually putting it inside, so it'll be a little bit something different than what you're used to as just a regular side dish. Now you're going to take some salsa. Your choice. Mild, medium, hot, whatever you like. And whatever flavor, whatever kind, whatever brand. Dip in there. And we don't measure, but you can see the spoon I'm using. There's 1. There's 2. That's why there's no need for any water in this recipe, okay? Fish swim in water. We're not using water in this recipe. It's all good ingredients, it's all added flavor. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover our rice. We're going to turn it down first. We're going to cover it. We're going to let it simmer, but we're going to keep an eye on it also just to find out and to see as it kind of swells the rice itself, which we may need a little bit more in a couple of minutes, but add a little more beer as needed. Okay? We'll be right back and we'll show you how the beans are done. In the meantime, make yourself one of these. Okay? Can of beer. Never fails. Okay, we're going to show you how to do the beans, but in just a second. We're going to check on the rice first and see where it's at. Give it a good stir. Oh, it smells beautiful, looks wonderful. But at this point in time, it needs a little bit more liquid. Alright? So, again, don't want any. That's what I should be saying. Any water. You want to get yourself some beer. Again, don't add a full cup, but just kind of eyeball it. Give it like 1 turn and a half, maybe a half a cup. Get you going. Give it a stir. Keep an eye on it. Time to time, check on it. And if you need to add a little bit more beer, add it. But right now, it's probably roughly about a half a cup or so we added. So just keep it at a simmer. And we're going to get going on the beans. So we're going to heat the pan to about a medium heat. Okay, we've got a 1 pound can of refried beans. We're going to doctor them up as well, and we're going to show you how. So you take that and you've got your saucepan on a medium heat just to start. Get those beans in there. That's a workout in itself right there. Okay. Now we get all the beans out. What we're going to do from here is I took a large white onion. I cut 4 really nice slices off of it. Alright. We like it a little crunchy in there. So if you don't, go ahead and pre-saute and kind of mellow your onions out a little bit if you'd like. But we like them a little crunchy. So I took 4 nice slices off of it. And what you do from there, you cut that in half. And you quarter it. And then you just start slicing it and chunking it. And dice it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's to your taste, to your size. But again, we like the crunch in it, so this is why we leave them the way they are in the refried beans. That's pretty good dice on them. Get a couple strays, just pop them back on the board like I'm doing. Give it one more run through. There we go. Get them in the, that's 4 slices, that's a little less than a half of a large white onion. Put them right in the beans. There we go. Oh, some slipped through. Alright, we can get those also. There we go. Stir them in, stir them good. Right now at this point in time, they're starting to bubble and simmer a little bit. Stir those right in. Alright, here we go. That's looking like we like them. Now here we go from here. We'll put this aside. And we put just a little bit of onion powder in this as well. Even though there's all that onion in there, it's good for you. Just a touch of garlic in there. And then we take a Mexican style cheese. It's a blend. Shredded cheese. Alright, and this is a 16-ounce package of. I don't measure, I just pour it out. It looks good to me. And it's not the whole pack. No. Although most of you think it might be. They just pour into, it looks pretty good to you. And you, oh, see that there? And you give it a good stir. So, it's just not opening a can of refried beans and throwing them on the side. It's not just opening a can of Spanish rice and throwing it on the side or and whatever. You take things that are already there and you make them your own. You make them better. You make them to your taste. You make them to your liking. So this is what we're doing right now. Alright, we mix that all in. It's all incorporated. You turn it down to a low. You come back now and again. Alright? You check on it. In the meantime, I like to finger. Put a lid on this. I'm going to check this real quick, the rice, before I put a lid on the beans. And see how we're doing here. Okay? We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's me again. I just come over really to have a little bit of cranberry, but I'm going to I'm going to check on the chicken. I'm going to pull it out of the oven just real quick here. It's been cooking at about 350. I don't know, it's been about half hour or so. Every once in a while, just get in there. Look at that beautiful juice. Just pour that right over the chicken, keep it nice and moist. And this is almost done. We're going to give it a little bit more time here. Pour some of that beautiful broth over that nice beer flavor along with all those herbs and spices we put on there. I'm going to pop it back in the oven, and we're going to get back to Miss Paula's going to show you how to make the cream jalapeno crema fresco sauce. That's a big word, but she's going to show you how to make that sauce, and you'll stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back. It's Paula again. We're going to check on our rice. Give it a good stir. It's beautiful. It's done. Piping hot and gorgeous. Oh, it smells wonderful. We're going to turn that off. Check our beans. Check those out. Oh, look at that. They're done as well. Shut that off. Okay, now we're going to do the cream sauce for this. So we take the cacique queso cheese, alright? It comes in a round like this. And we're just going to take a portion of this and we're going to put it in our saucepan that's already on about a low to medium heat just to start. We're also going to take some jalapeno cheese, a Monterey Jack with jalapeno, and a block this size. I'm going to find a knife. Hang on, here we go. Oh, I got the big one. We're just going to cut that up a little bit, chunk it up, and give it a little bit more of a start there. Okay. And we're going to take a little half and half cream, put in here, just a little bit to start. And then we can always add as we need, okay? Then we're going to add the crema fresco, okay? And you just well, that's good. About 1/4 of a container full of that. Put a little of your garlic powder in. Good couple of shakes of that. Put some onion powder in that. Good couple of shakes of that. And we're going to give that a stir. Alright, well, we'll use this one. Give that a stir, and then we're going to turn the heat up to about medium. And we're going to keep an eye on this. And we also have our chicken in there, and it's marinating in that beer and all the good herbs and spices that we put in there. Rice is done, beans are done, we're just waiting on the sauce, and the chicken is just about ready. And the poblanos, they've already been broiled, and they're sitting off to the side, just hanging out, and they're waiting for all this good stuff to go in them and get them stuffed. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll show you how it all comes together. And in the meantime, get your cran beer. Okay, we got the sauce working. It's pretty much done. Okay, we got all those cheeses in there. Beautiful creaminess. Look at that clinging to the spoon right there. Oh, you can do that. Wonderful. Alright, we're going to keep that on low. We're going to check on the chicken. It's in the oven. We're going to assemble all this beautiful stuff in just a minute. And Julius is going to come in and show you how to do that. And then we're going to have a beautiful dish, and we'll show you how it's all put together. We'll be right back.
Okay, we got our chicken out of the oven. We've been letting it sit here to cool off a little bit, because what we're going to do now is take all the meat and take the skin off. And I'm going to get to that here in a second. With our cran of beer. So what we want to do is take all the skin, and we want to start shredding all the white meat off of here. And as soon as we do that, you want to take the white meat, you want to put it down in your beer and all that juice that's down there, and let it soak some of that up. We're going to do this, and as soon as we're done, we'll come back and we'll start assembling these for you and put them in the oven. You stick around, we'll be right back now. Okay, we shredded our chicken. We mixed it in with all the good drippings and the juice in there. We started filling this. You want to take a nice spoonful of rice, put it in your poblano, fill that up, make it nice and filled. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty on this. Put a nice amount in. You get your shredded chicken. Put that right on the top like that. Okay. We're going to wash our hands here. You get some of your Mexican style cheese. Nice big helping. Don't worry if it goes over the edges because the burnt cheese, or the brown cheese I should say, tastes great. And what we're going to do is we have our oven set again to broil. We're going to take these, we're going to put them on the bottom rack. What we want to do is just get that cheese. Everything's pretty much cooked, so we want to get that cheese nice and melted and browned. And you stick around here, we're going to come back. Ms. Paula's going to show you how to make the adult dessert drink, and we're going to have some of these. We're going to put our sauce on them. You stick around, this is going to be great.
Hey, I'm back, and I'm making an adult dessert drink. It's called a smooth operator. I've got all the ingredients in here right now. We're going with a shot of tequila silver. We're going with a shot of Irish cream. We're going with a shot of half and half, and we're going with a half shot of triple sec. Mix them all together, put them into some ice. Some people use a fancy shaker. You know, the best we can do is semi-fancy glasses for you here, but it doesn't matter, it's all about the drink, not about the shaker. Alright, stir that up in some ice, and then hold your spoon there and pour it into your glasses. Oh, we got a cube in that one. That'll be for him. I'll take mine straight up. Mix as many as you like. It's a wonderful, wonderful dessert. You're going to enjoy it immensely. And we'll be right back. I'm going to sit down. Okay, we got the finished dish right here. Absolutely beautiful. It is a stuffed jalapeno with a spiced chicken, Spanish rice, and it has a jalapeno queso fresco sauce. Over it, a side of refried beans, and this is the queso fresco. Just drizzle that across it. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have our adult desserts right here. Smooth operators. Very adult desserts. We'll see you next time. You've been watching an episode of the Galui's Mood Food. Take care. Come on in and join us and eat.
Oh, that looks great.
Oh.
She meets her someone where no one will know. A place hearts and tears fall like rain. And she spends too much time alone with a man who's never home, who never took the time to say how he felt if she would stay. And she's just feeling good about a bad situation.